Elias Ward strode onto the ceremonial dais, boots echoing against polished obsidian. The grand hall of Val Prime froze. Towering alien lords in iridescent robes recoiled, their multifaceted eyes widening. None had claimed Princess Soren Val. Whispers hissed like steam vents. Untouchable. Cursed. A liability wrapped in royal finery. Elias ignored them. He faced the throne platform where Soren sat, her silver-scaled skin gleaming under crystal lights, 4 arms crossed in regal defiance. Her gaze, sharp as a plasma cutter, met his. I, Elias Ward, envoy of Terra, choose Princess Soren Val as consort and ally. His voice cut through the chamber, calm and precise. Gasps rippled outward. Lord Consort Candidate Vex Tall surged forward from the front ranks, his crimson crest flaring. Insolence? This soft-skinned human dares? He lacks the lineage, the augmentations. Chancellor Rielka rose from his negotiator's perch, robes whispering like servos. The bureaucrat's elongated skull tilted, sensors in his temples glowing. Protocol demands verification. Human, submit to bioscan. Prove your genetic fitness, or withdraw in disgrace. Elias nodded once. Routine check. Like calibrating a fusion drive before launch, he peeled off his gloves, revealing hands scarred from arc welds and micrometeor repairs, calluses thick as hull plating. No augmentations gleamed on his skin, just human flesh, toughened by labor. The scan arch descended from the dais ceiling, humming with exotic energies. Probes extended, needle-fine, seeking blood, neural patterns, compatibility markers. Aliens flinched at the sight. Val nobility endured these only under sedation. Elias extended his arms. Proceed. The arch locked in. Blue fields enveloped him. Pinpricks pierced veins. Fire raced through nerves, mapping every cell. He breathed steady, gritted teeth, held position. Vex Tau sneered. Watch him crumple, Terrans shatter under true scrutiny. Captain Mara Aikazawa shifted in the human delegation's cordon, her posture rigid. She tapped her wristcom subtly, contingencies primed, exosuit seals checked. Soren leaned forward, her eyes, violet slits, locked onto Elias. No blink. No retreat. Pain peaked, a neutron barrage in his bloodstream. Elias cataloged it. Elevated heart rate, endorphin surge, manageable. Like patching a hull breach mid-burn, the arch chimed. Data streamed across holographic displays. Chancellor Relka scanned the results, his crest paling to ash gray. Relius index 247%, above Val baseline. Neural plasticity off charts. No degradations from radiation, vacuum, or biotoxins. Genetic markers, pure, untainted. Compatible at 98.7% with royal strain. Murmurs exploded into shouts. Vextall shoved closer. Fabricated! He's augmented. Hidden tech. Elias lowered his arms as the arch retracted. Sweat beaded his brow, but he stood tall. No augments, just training. Maintenance logs, if you want them. Soren rose. Her forearms unfolded, claws clicking. The hull, silenced. The scan confirms. Human Elias Ward is fit. Vextall world. Highness, he is a diplomat engineer, not nobility. Discard him. Rielka interjected, voice oily. Princess, tradition allows dismissal. One word, and he exits. Soren's gaze never left Elias. She descended the steps, scales shimmering. Up close, her presence hit like grav plating. 7 feet of lethal grace, pheromones sharp with ozone. Past incidents flashed in Elias's mind. Suitors vaporized by her defensive aura. Halls scorched, untouchable. She circled him, nostrils flaring. One claw traced his scarred hand, gentle as a diagnostic probe. You did not flinch. Scans are scans, Elias said. Data doesn't lie. Her lips curved, a rare smile, fangs glinting. Aliens flee pain. You embrace it. Vextall barked. Deception. My house offers fleets. Alliances. Captain Mara stepped forward, voice steel. We offer more. Trust earned in crisis. Railcar raised a claw. Princess, decide. Dismiss or bind. Soren halted before Elias. Her primary hands gripped his shoulders. Firm. Testing. Secondary arms hovered, ready. Heat radiated from her core. A bioreactor hum. I accept Elias Ward. Not as pawn. As partner. The hall erupted. Vex Tal lunged, guards intercepting. Relka recoiled, plotting. Already. Elias met her eyes. Partnership meant shared risks. Her aura prickled his skin. No burn yet. Trust forming, molecule by molecule. But alarms blared. Perimeter breach. Shadows stirred in the vents. Saboteurs Vex's doing. Soren's claws tightened. Crisis now. Prove again. Tools ready. He signaled Mara. Time to collaborate. Gravity crushed down. Elias's knees buckled under 3 times Terran norm. The dais floor tiles bit into his skin through his formal suit. Alarms shrieked louder, red lights pulsing across the vaulted hall. Relka loomed at his podium, claws stabbing a glowing console. Honor trial. The human claims partnership? Prove it under load, or collapse like the weakling he is. Soren's grip on Elias's shoulders tightened. Her scales rasped against his collar. Heat from her core vents spiked, fighting the field. Stand, Elias Ward, Vex Tal crowed from the sidelines, his entourage hissing agreement. He falters already. My bloodlines endure such tests. Dismiss the Terran pretender. Elias dropped to one knee. Air thickened in his lungs. He exhaled slow, diaphragm flexing like recalibrating a faulty thruster. Heart rate steady at 80 BM routine. Spacer training kicked in. Equalize pressure. Core engage. He pushed up, vertebrae locking one by one. Back straight. 7 feet of princess stared down, her 4 eyes widening fractionally. The hall gasped. Alien nobles shifted, tails coiling in shock. Impossible, Relka muttered. He twisted a dial. Field ramped to 4G. Elias swayed, boots scraping, muscles burned, lactic acid building. He grinned through gritted teeth. Feels like a bad elevator on Luna Station. Soren's pheromones sharpened, ozone laced with curiosity. Her secondary arms steadied him, claws sheathed, no burn. Trust held. Captain Mara Ikizawa barked from the human cordon. Elias vents, breach confirmed. 3 hostiles inbound. Shadows writhed in the overhead grates. Vex's saboteurs. Laser fire spat from the dark, scorching a guard's armor. Chaos erupted. Nobles dove for cover. Vex Tal feigned outrage, retreating behind his shields. Relka sneered. Cowardice. The trial continues. Cross the dais unaided, human. Claim her token, or forfeit. The dais stretched 20 meters, elevated platform gleaming under hollow lights. Soren released him, stepping back. Her primary hand extended a crystal token, pulsing with binding code. Secondary arms flexed, aura flickering defensive. Elias nodded once. On it. 1 step. Legs like lead pistons. 4G clawed at his balance. He focused. Heel-toe rhythm, hips square, sweat beaded, vision tunneling. 5 meters. 10. A saboteur dropped from the vent, plasma blade whining. Mara snapped her rifle up. Flank left. Her shot vaporized the intruder's arm. It tumbled, screeching. Elias pushed on. 15 meters. Lungs hammered. Soren watched, nostrils flaring. Testing, not doubting. Vex Tal lunged forward. He cheats with aid. I challenge. Silence. Soren's voice cracked like thunder. Her aura flared, scorching Vex's forward guard. They yelped back. The human walks alone. 19 meters. Elias reached her. Hand outstretched. She placed the token in his palm. Cool. Humming. He pressed it to his wrist implant. Binding glyph ignited, linking vitals. Heartbeats sinking. 120 ppm hers matching his climb. The field cut. Gravity normalized. Elias stood tall, chest heaving but unbroken. Hall silence shattered into murmurs. He endured. Soren's claws cupped his jaw, tilting his face to hers. Fangs gleamed close. Resolve proven, again. Her lips brushed his temple. No ozone burn. Just warmth. Relka slammed his podium. The binding holds. Technically. But saboteurs demand justice. Vex Tal. Your house implicated? Vex snarled, robes swirling. Lies. Terran trickery. His remaining guards formed a wedge, Edging toward the dais, Mara's team fanned out, rifles humming. Perimeter secure in 30 seconds. Elias, your call. Elias scanned the vents. 2 hostiles left, scrambling for extract. He tapped his cuff. Soren, your aura, can you pulse it? Try their tech without killing. Her eyes locked on his, 4 pupils dilated. Precise control? Risky. Pheromones queried. Trust? He nodded. Data says yes. Vent harmonics match your frequency output. She inhaled deep. Core vents glowed. A directed pulse lanced up. Ozone crackled. Intruders spasmed. Suits, shorting. They plummeted. Stunned, Mara's squad zip-tied them mid-fall. Clean. Vextal froze as Relka pointed. Seize the Lord Consort Pretender. Evidence mounts. Guards swarmed Vex. He spat defiance. This alliance crumbles. The untouchable weds a mechanic? Soren pulled Elias close, secondary arms wrapping his waist. Partner, not pawn. Her laugh rumbled low, vibrating through him. Heat built. Bioreactor intimacy, not threat. Elias met her gaze, partnership sealed in gravity and fire. But Relka's eyes narrowed, plotting counters. Mara signaled. More shadows in the outer halls. Crisis evolves, Soren murmured, claws tracing his scars. Together? Elias squeezed her hand. Tools and aura. Let's collaborate. Alarms shifted pitch. Hull breach detected. Bigger threat inbound. Hull breach sirens wailed. Elias gripped Soren's secondary arm, pulling her toward the dais console. Relka, contract now. Seal this before your delay strands us. The Chancellor recoiled, mandibles clicking. Insolence. Guards, contain the breach sector. Private review, Elias cut in, voice level as he synced his cuff to the station's legal net. Data scrolled, layered clauses, buried overrides. Article 17, Subclause 4. You hid the coercion riders. Present the real doc, where I broadcast the discrepancies galactic-wide. Mara's voice crackled over comms. Elias. Breach at Ring 3. Vex's sympathizers. Boarding pods inbound. We hold the hall, but not forever. Soren's core vents hummed hotter against his side, her 4 pupils fixed on Relka. He speaks truth. Reveal it, Chancellor, or my veto strands your career. Relka hesitated, then flicked a claw. The full contract bloomed on the hollow. Asset seizures, veto powers tilted to the court, her untouchable status weaponized to dissolve the match on whim. Gasps rippled from the court observers. Elias traced the text, finger steady. Loophole here, precedent from the Veil Accords. Coercion invalidates under mutual consent. Amend it, on record. Now, Vex Tal thrashed in restraints nearby, snarling. Human filth. You'll sign your doom. Soren's primary hand silenced him with a gesture. Guards tightened cuffs. She leaned into Elias, pheromones querying, certainty? He nodded, inhaling her ozone scent, trust built in pulses. Rilke snarled, but keyed the amendment. Mutual consent required for dissolution. Logged. Sign, or the breach claims you all. Elias pressed his thumb first. Bioscan verified. Soren's claw followed, overriding the court's frantic objections. Her royal glyph flared gold, authority absolute. Alliance sealed. No reversals. The console chimed acceptance. Partnership, locked. Alarms spiked. Mara barked. Pods docking. 30 hostiles armed for breach. Elias. Evac route. Relka straightened, eyes gleaming. Transport delayed. Standard protocol reroutes you through hostile docking ring 4. Vex's allies hold it, survive, and the match proceeds. Soren's laugh vibrated low, claws flexing on Elias's shoulder. A test? Bold, Chancellor. Elias scanned schematics on his cuff. Ring 4, narrow corridors, 0 choke points. Pirate-grade locks. Routine fix for a Terran engineer. Mara, kit check. Breaching tools, mag clamps, EMP grenades. Affirmative. Squad geared. Lead on. Elias met Soren's gaze. Your aura for suppression. My tools for the rest. She squeezed his hand, heat syncing with his pulse. Collaborate. They moved. Mara's team cleared the dais, rifles sweeping shadows. Elias flanked Soren, cuff pinging structural weak points. Court nobles scattered as outer blasts rocked the station. Ring 4 loomed, airlocks grinding open to vacuum warnings. Hostiles poured in, Vex's mercenaries scaled hides gleaming, plasma lances charging. Mara dropped the first with a suppressed burst. Blank left! Elias slapped a mag clamp to the bulkhead, anchoring Soren. Pulse the lances, frequency match. Her vents glowed. A directed wave lanced out. Enemy weapons fizzled, wielders clutching scorched scales. Aliens staggered, awed whispers, untouchable aura, harnessed. One merc lunged, claws raking. Elias sidestepped, cuff deploying a foam grenade. It expanded, locking the attacker mid-leap. Seal and bypass. Soren's secondary arms hauled him clear, her strength effortless. Efficient. They pressed. Mara zipped past, rifle barking precise shots. Path clear to shuttle bay. 10 seconds. Relka monitored from the command feed, mandibles agape as Hollow replayed Elias's clamp work, human routine turning choke points into traps. Vex bellowed from custody. Impossible. A mechanic outmaneuvers my elite? Hostiles faltered, shock rippling their ranks. One dropped lance, kneeling. The human predicts our vents. Soren yields to this. She pulsed again, stunning the line. Elias patched the final lock. Shuttle hatch hissed open. Mara waved them aboard, all clear, punching out. Inside, Soren pulled Elias into a crash seat, bodies aligning in 0G. Her core thrummed against him, intimacy sparking. You fought with code and clamps, not blades. Paperwork first, he said, grinning. Tools second. Her pupils dilated, pheromones flooding, alliance real. Claws traced his jaw. Partner. Thrusters ignited. Station receded. Relka's face on comms, grudging respect. You cleared the ring. Marriage proceeds. But greater threats await. Crag fleets massing. Soren silenced the feed, leaning closer. Heat built, her laugh rumbling. Elias met it, hand on her vent. Collaboration deepened. Sensors pinged, pursuit signatures inbound. Bigger crisis accelerating. The shuttle shuddered into the diplomatic frigate's docking ring. Alarms blared. Elias gripped his crash harness as the corridor seal engaged. Metal screamed. The docking arm whipped sideways, actuators sparking in failure. Vacuum klaxons wailed. The flexible corridor twisted toward open space, stars yawning beyond the straining hull. Princess Soren's claws dug into her armrest, her secondary arms flexed, pupils narrowing. Breach imminent. Pursuers targeted the ring. Elias unclipped first. He yanked his tether from the seat mount. Stay put. He snapped the carabiner to her harness, then hauled her toward the nearest brace. Her weight shifted in the spin. 400 kilos of royal muscle. But he locked the tether short, anchoring her firm against the bulkhead. The corridor bucked. A technician tumbled past, stunned by a console arc. Elias lunged, snagging the alien suit collar mid-spin. Captain Aikazawa barked from the shuttle hatch. Bulkhead sealing in 30. Elias, clear the span. Got it. Elias dragged the limp tech to the brace beside Soren. He wedged the body secure, then eyed the actuator panel. Exposed conduits spat plasma. The arm swung wider, hull plates cracking. Soren's vents hissed. Human, the drop is fatal, even for you. Routine fix. Elias popped his field kit. Multi-tool in one hand, mag clamps in the other. He crawled into the service crawl space feet first. Zero tumble be damned. Sparks singed his gloves. He wedged a knee against a strut. Pursuit signatures flashed on his wrist display. Crag corvettes closing. Chancellor Relka's voice cut through comms. Envoy Ward! Evacuate. Ceremony protocols demand. Locking it down. Elias ignored the bureaucrat. He traced the actuator core. Servos fused. Gyros offline. Standard bypass. He sliced a conduit, rerouted power with jumper cables. The arm groaned, halting mid-swing. Soren's pheromones spiked over the link. Sharp. Electric. Her primary hands gripped the brace. You enter the jaws of void. For us. Tool bit into the lock servos. Elias torqued hard, manual override clicking home. The actuator seized solid. Corridor stabilized. Emergency clamps engaging. Aikazawa's voice. Bulkhead sealed. Pressure holding. Tech vitals nominal. Elias reversed out, hauling the stunned alien ahead of him. He dumped the tech beside Soren. Checked pulse. Breathing steady. All clear. The princess's claws uncurled from the brace. She pulled him close, core thrumming against his chest. No Terran hesitates. You men stars while death circles. He flashed a grin, stowing tools. Actuators fail. People don't. Relka's face hologram flickered on the corridor bulkhead. Mandibles twitched. Impossible precision. Human engineering overrides Crag sabotage. Vex-Tal's agents confirmed. His rival bid to strand you. From custody feed. Vex bellowed. Lies. No soft skin crawls voids like vermin. Soren silenced the comm with a gesture. Her secondary arms coiled around Elias's waist, drawing him into the shuttle locker's shadow. Heat radiated from her vents. They scheme. You act. Pupils dilated fully, pheromones flooding the air, bonding scent, raw and inviting. Elias met her gaze, no words. His hand traced her primary arm's ridge, steady, trust sealed in touch. Aikazawa sealed the inner hatch. Frigate secure. Crag corvettes at knife range, evasive burn prepped, alarms escalated. Frigate shuddered under thrust. Soren leaned in, mandibles brushing his ear. Marriage rite awaits on core deck, but this, claws grazed his neck. Alliance forms now. Elias nodded. Paperwork can wait. Her laugh rumbled low, bodies aligning in the Excelgrav. Intimacy sparked amid crisis. Real. Earned. Rielka intruded again. Diplomatic procession resumes. Princess. The human must prove formal worth. Vex contests the vows. Soren's eyes hardened. He already has. She pulsed a stun charge through her vents. Warning to lurkers. Elias patched the tech suit, sharing oxygen. Frigate lurched. Crag beams glanced the shields. Aikazawa's rifle cycled. Incoming boarders. Ceremony sights hot. Elias chambered around in his sidearm. Lead on. Soren's grip tightened. Partner, not prize. They charged the core deck. Vex's elite waited in ambush, lances gleaming. Relka watched from overlook, calculating. The right twisted into war. Elias spotted the vents first. Traps inbound. Clamp 'em. Soren hauled a foe into crush. As you command. Competence fused. Awe rippled through alien ranks. One dropped weapon. The human sees through steel. Crag breached the outer ring. Bigger fleets loomed on scopes. Elias grinned amid the fray. Round 2. Soren's core thrummed victory. Romance ignited in firelight. Alliance unbreakable. Princess Soren's vents erupted in a wild azure arc. The containment lamp above the right altar ruptured with a sharp crack. Shards rained onto the core deck, sizzling against polished stone. Guards from Vex-Tal's elite surged forward, lances humming to life. Containment breach. Secure the princess. Elias Ward shoved between them and Soren. He planted both feet wide, hands raised but voice steel. Stand down. Weapons off. Now. The lead guard hesitated. Multifaceted eyes flicking to Chancellor Rielka on the overlook balcony. Rielka's claws tapped a console, broadcasting the chaos fleet-wide. Vex-Tal sneered from his contender's dais, robes pristine amid the frigate's groans. Crag boarders hammered the outer hatches. Thuds echoing like war drums. Human fool. The guard snarled, lance tip inches from Elias's chest. She'll fry you. Soren convulsed, mandibles clamped shut. Her exoskeleton glowed, discharge building to overload. Past incidents flashed in alien whispers. Suitors vaporized, envoys scarred, untouchable. Dangerous. Elias ignored the lance. He scanned the deck, emergency panel. 10 meters left, past a toppled incense brazier. Crag breach alarms wailed. Captain Aikazawa's voice cut through comms. Ward, boarders at ring 3. Hold the right sight. Copy, got a circuit issue here. Elias bolted for the panel. A Vex guard lunged at Soren. She swatted him aside with a claw, but the motion spiked her vents brighter. Elias yanked the panel open. Emergency foil unspooled. Standard Terran insulation. Rated for plasma surges. He ripped a 5-meter sheet free, folding it double thick into a crude shroud. Clamps from his diplomat's kit. Jury rigged for hole patches. Perfect now. Princess! He sprinted back, weaving past a stumbling tech. Sparks bit his sleeve. On my mark. Match my count. Breathe with it. Her eyes locked on his, golden slits narrowing. Trust flickered amid the glow. Guards encircled tighter. Vex barked. Dispatch the human. Claim the right. Relka leaned over the rail. Protocol demands control. Fail. and the packed voids. He wrapped the foil around her midsection vents, clamping it snug over the primary discharge nodes. The shroud hummed, grounding stray arcs into the deck. Smoke curled, but the glow dimmed fractionally. Feel that? It's shunting the load. Elias gripped her claw. Steady pressure, no flinch. Count with me. In 3, 2. Vent low. Hold. Release on 5. Soren's thorax heaved. She matched his cadence, vents pulsing in sync. 3, 2, 1. Her voice rumbled, laced with static. Azure arcs danced across the foil, contained. Guards froze. One lance powered down with a whine. He's stabilizing her. Elias kept counting, voice even as frigate shuddered. Crag blasts rocked the shields. Aikazawa's fire teams returning shots in the corridors. 4, 5. Shut it down. Clamp core vents. Now. Soren obeyed. Her claws flexed, internal baffles slamming shut. The glow faded to embers. She slumped against him, mandibles brushing his shoulder. Silence crashed in, broken only by distant gunfire. Vextal's face twisted. Impossible. No one tames her surge. Rilka straightened, claws still. Demonstration noted. But the right persists. Crag inbound, core deck compromised. It smoked in his hand, foil blackened but intact. He tossed it aside. Circuits safer now. Ceremony back on track? Soren straightened, exoskeleton cooling. She pulsed a low charge through her vents, not attack, but affirmation. Claws grazed his arm, lingering. You command as consort should. Guards parted. Awe rippled through them. One murmured, human sees through her storm, like steel through fog. Aikizawa burst through the inner hatch, rifle hot. Clear to right altar. Elias, status. Princess secured. Vex, your move. Elias chambered around in his sidearm, eyes on the rival. Vex snarled, summoning his elites. I contest. She yields to no Terran tinker. Crag hatch seals blew, hiss of equalizing pressure. Scaled raiders poured in, plasma whips cracking. Aikizawa dropped the first. Contact, flank left. Elias pulled Soren behind the altar. Your lances, channel the charge through hilts. Overload their whips. She snatched a fallen weapon. Mandibles clicking approval. Clever prey becomes worthy mate. Her elites rallied, vents humming in controlled bursts. Rel Ka activated deck shields, buying seconds. Alliance tests in blood. Prove it. Elias fired precise bursts, headshots dropping Crag scouts. Soren crushed a whip with her lance, sparks chaining to 3 more raiders. Vex hesitated, then joined, humiliated into action. Aikizawa covered Elias's reload. Nice improv on the princess. Didn't know you packed engineer kit. Routine maintenance. Elias grinned, slamming a fresh mag home. Soren fought at his side, claws sinking with his shots. A Crag lunged. She impaled it, then yanked Elias clear of a whiplash. Bodies aligned in rhythm, trust forged in arclight. Vex's voice cracked over the din. How? Her discharge-filled warlords. Elias didn't answer. He spotted a Crag demo charge priming at the right vault. There, breached the deck plate, under it. Soren vented a pinpoint bolt, melting the plate. Charge tumbled into sublevels, detonating harmless. Cheers erupted from alien ranks. Real Ka descended the stairs. Datapad glowing. Crisis contained. Human competence verified. Vows proceed, with Elias Ward as consort. Vex hurled his lance down. Yielded to a soft skin. Soren turned to Elias. Soren's claws grazed Elias's arm, drawing a thin line of blood that sealed in seconds under station medgel. Chancellor Rel Ka's datapad erupted in chimes. Proceedings halt. Security clip surfaces. Elias Ward assaults royal staff. Holograms flickered to life across the vault chamber. A grainy feed showed Elias slamming a Vol retainer against a bulkhead, boot cracking ribs. Gasps rippled from alien delegates. Vextal smirked from the sidelines, mandibles flexing. Elias kept his stance loose, clips forged. Replay full stream, public audit. Real Cause vents hissed doubt. Preposterous. Timestamp verifies. Dockring sector, pre-raid. Verify, deeper. Elias stepped forward, eyes on the central holo display. Pull station telemetry, cross-reference node logs. Captain Ikezawa flanked him, hand on holster. He's right. Standard Terran protocol. Metadata never lies. Vex Tau lunged into view, lance raised. Soft skin lies. Execute him for sacrilege. Soren's elites blocked Vex, lances humming. She clicked mandibles sharply. Audit proceeds. Or you yield now, rival. Relka hesitated, then keyed commands. Telemetry streams cascaded, position pings, power draws, comm routings. Elias traced the feed with a finger swipe, isolating frames. See this? He zoomed on a flicker at 14 hours, 27 minutes and 43 seconds. Frame drop. Audio desync by 0.2 seconds. Edit point. Delegates leaned in, vents cycling faster. Elias pulled routing data. Source node. Vex, Tall, Prime, 7. Your private comm, Lord Consort. Vex's crest flattened. Fabrication, my node. Was. Logged. Elias flicked the proof hologram wide. Upload timestamp. Matches your vault access. 1412. You staged it during prep. Murmurs. Swelled to roars. Ikezawa's squad synced scanners, confirming. Relka's pads glowed red. Guilt confirmed. Sabotage of right. Soren rose. Lance sparking. Trial by deed. Vex Tau faces the dock ring hazard he staged for the human. Vex recoiled. What hazard? The clip was the forged assault. Soren's voice cut like plasma. You edited in a phantom whip mine on the ring, unstable field, lethal to unshielded. Elias walked it blind. Prove your honor, or yield. Railcon nodded. Invoke accepted. Dock ring activates. Servos whined. The chamber's outer wall irised open to vacuum-hardened transparency. Beyond, the station's ring spun, maintenance hazard zone, whip mines drifting like angry hornets from a breached pod. Vex had spliced one into the clip, invisible until telemetry exposed it. Vex gripped his lance white-knuckled. I declined the deed. Yielded. Soren turned to Elias. Claws sheathing. Human proved. Vows bind now. Elias met her gaze, pulse steady. Routine check. Metadata's just data. Ikezawa snorted. Routine? You hacked their net mid-fight earlier. Save some miracles. Delegates parted as Rilka raised arms. Alliance seals. Elias Ward, consort to Princess Surinval. Vax stormed out, elites dragging him. Soren extended a claw. Gentle this time. Elias clasped it, feeling the warm pulse beneath chitin, but alarms blared anew. Dock ring feeds glitched. A real whip mine swarm vented free. Crag sabotage residue igniting Vex's planted decoy. Soren tensed. Hazard live. Elias yanked his multi-tool. Ikezawa. Breach the override panel. Serene, your lance. Arc to the emitters. She nodded, sinking without question. Ikezawa pried plating. Elias jacked in, fingers flying over exposed circuits. Mines buzzed closer. Lashes crackling air. Power shunt. Now! Elias called. Elias called. Blue arc-chained, frying emitters. Mines sparked and died, tumbling inert. Relka exhaled. Crisis averted. Twice. Soren pulled Elias close. Vents, brushing his neck. Clever prey. Worthy mate. He grinned, tool retracting. Just maintenance. Her mandibles clicked amusement. Claws traced his jaw. More. Vows now. Private right. Ikezawa cleared the chamber. Congrats, sir. Don't trip on the politics. Elias followed Soren to the inner vault. Hollow veils shimmered, sealing them alone. She shed her ceremonial plate, revealing scaled curves that gleamed under low lights. Human skin so fragile. Her claw hovered over his shirt, yet endures. He unbuttoned, exposing scars from old station breaches. Built tough, like your armor. She pressed close, heat radiating. Lips, soft beneath mandibles, brushed his. Prove it. Elias cupped her crest, drawing her in. Tongues met, alien spice tingling. Her claws raked light, drawing gasps. He lifted her to the right dais, bodies aligning. Outside, cheers echoed. Vex's fall cemented the alliance. Inside, trust ignited. But Elias's calm buzzed. Ikezawa. Sir, Vex escaped custody. Relka's calling reinforcements. Saurian vented a laugh against his chest. First night as consort? Already prey? He rolled, pinning her gently. Routine. We handle it. Her elites massed at the door. Ralka's voice boomed. Intruder alert. Vex rallies holdouts. Soren rose, grabbing lance. Together. Elias snatched his sidearm. Romance forged in fire, alliance unbreakable. They charged out, claws and shots in sync. Vex waited in the ring, minds reignited at his command. Face me, soft skin! Elias dodged a lash, firing precise. Soren flanked, bolt melting Vex's shield. Aikazawa's team breached from below. Elias locked eyes with Soren across the altar. I vow alliance, strength shared. Her mandibles clicked approval. I vow the same, Elias warred. A shadow plummeted from the vaulted ceiling. Assassination drone, needle thin, cloaked until launch. It dropped straight for Soren's crest. Elias lunged. No scream escaped the crowd. He slammed into her scaled form, tackling her behind the marble altar. Stone cracked under their weight. The drone struck. Elias rolled atop her, pinning her safe. His hand shot up, fingers clamping the drone's power coupling. Exposed wiring sparked against his palm. He yanked, barehanded, circuits fried with a pop. The drone's core whirred dead in his grip, fist-sized, still humming faintly. Gasps rippled through the chamber. Chancellor Rel-Ka surged forward from his dais. Security! Neutralize the threat! Soren twisted beneath Elias, her claws digging into his shoulders. Not in fear, but readiness. She thrust one arm skyward. A shimmering field erupted from her bracer, dome-shaped, enveloping the altar and sweeping toward the crowd. Shields hummed. Debris from the drone's casing pinged harmlessly off the barrier. Nobles ducked, but none panicked. Her control held perfect. No wild flare, just precise containment. Elias shoved the drone core into his pocket. He scanned for Aikazawa. She pushed through the human delegation, sidearm drawn, eyes locked on him. Core secure, Elias said, tossing it underhand. She caught it mid-stride, already signaling her team. Analyzing, Aikazawa replied. Her squad fanned out, scanners sweeping. Rel-Ka's signature on the launch code. Traitor. Rel-Ka froze mid-step. His robes billowed as guards hesitated. Soren's field pinned them back. This is madness, the drone malfunctioned. I seek only stability. Lord Consort candidate Vex Tall sneered from the sidelines, his entourage shifting uneasily. Human clumsiness. See how he manhandles royalty? Soren rose fluidly, pulling Elias with her. Her field retracted in a crisp snap. She faced the chamber, crest high. The vows proceed. Elias Ward proved his claim. Elias dusted his tunic. Scorch marks blackened his sleeve, but he stood steady. No malfunction. Targeted strike. He nodded to Aikazawa. She held up the core. Hollow display flickered to life. Rel-Ka's override glyph pulsing guilty red, logged and transmitted to Terran command. Galactic courts will review. Murmurs swelled. Alien nobles exchanged glances, shock in their multifaceted eyes. Humans clapped quietly. Mara Aikazawa's team forming a tight perimeter. Rel-Ka paled beneath his carapace. Princess, reconsider. This Terran brute. Consort. Soren cut in. Her voice echoed like struck crystal. She gripped Elias's hand, claws sheathing gentle. Finish the rite. Elias met her gaze. Warmth lingered there, beyond protocol. He raised their joined hands. I vow protection, human ingenuity with Val honor, and I vow the same. Soren's field bracer dimmed, sinking to his pulse. Light bands encircled their wrists, binding glow sealing the pact. Cheers erupted. Tentative at first, then thunderous. Vex Tau stormed forward. This farce insults us. Rel-Ka, revoke it. Guards seized him instead. Aikazawa's scanner beeped. Vex's comm linked to the same override net. Soren turned to the assembly. Hear the announcement. Humanity and Val forge a protection pact. Joint fleets. Shared tech. No more stability at Blade Point. Elias amplified via his wrist comm. Terran feeds broadcast live. Our engineers integrate with your shields. Drones like this? Obsolete. Alien awe rippled visible. A noble whispered. He crushed its heart with flesh alone. Another, no tool, no fear. Ralka backed away, robes tangling. You cannot. Ikazawa's team cuffed him. Custody. For the princess consort. Soren leaned close to Elias, breath hot on his neck. You moved first. Saved me without thought. Routine maintenance, he murmured. Spot the fault. Fix it. Her mandibles brushed his jaw. Intimate, promising. My consort. Practical courage, rare as stardust. Vex snarled from irons. Gilfalter, soft skin can't hold Vol throne. Elias faced him coolly. Watch us. The chamber sealed for the inner rite. Elites parted. Soren led Elias through hollow veils, her tail flicking invitation. Inside the vault, she shed outer plates. Scaled curves gleamed. Fragile skin. Claw traced his collar, yet unbreakable. He unbuttoned. Scars bared. Tough build. Lips met. Spice on her tongue. Claws raked light. He lifted her to the dais, bodies sinking. Outside, cheers peaked. Alliance sealed. But Elias's calm buzzed. Ikazawa, sir, Vex escaped. Rielka signals reinforcements. Soren laughed low, pressing closer. First night, prey already? Routine?
He rolled.
Pinning her playful. We handle it. Her elites knocked. Intruders massing. Soren grabbed her lance. Elias snatched sidearm. They charged out. Claws and precision fire in perfect rhythm. Vex waited in the outer ring, mind sparking alive. Face me, human. Elias dodged. Shot true. Soren flanked, bolt shattering Vex's guard. Ikazawa breached below. Flanking! Vex lunged, mine detonating. Elias shoved Soren clear, diving into the blast shadow. Shrapnel pinged his armor. She shielded him back. Together! Their combined fire dropped Vex. He crumpled, elites swarming, panting. Soren gripped Elias. Proved again. He grinned. Partnership. Alliance forged true.